Note: all personnel assigned to long-term work with SCP-1082 are required to read Document 1082-25. Item Number: SCP-1082. Index: The Whole Truth. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-1082 is to be stored in a triple-locked safe in a containment chamber at Site-38. The item is to be left in containment except for testing purposes indefinitely. No testing or access is authorized at any time. This document is to be compiled through interviews with affected personnel and access to Document 1082-25. Any personnel coming into contact with SCP-1082 are to be interviewed and given a Class B amnestic by force if necessary. Images of SCP-1082 are to be used only for testing purposes. No images of SCP-1082 are to be produced or stored at any time, with the exception of a single picture appended to Document 1082-25. Description: SCP-1082 appears to be a data redacted capable of causing a particular memetic phenomenon. This effect has been detected in individuals looking at SCP-1082, individuals in the same room as SCP-1082, individuals viewing images of SCP-1082, and those that have engaged in conversation with affected individuals. There is a slight risk of contamination from discussing the nature of the object SCP-1082 appears to be. Therefore, it is to be mentioned only as SCP-1082 or the object. The effect can be negated through use of Class B amnestic agents. The effect associated with exposure to SCP-1082 takes the form of a compulsive inability to lie or express any non-literal statement. Affected individuals likewise demonstrate an intolerance toward political correctness, polite obfuscation, or technical language used to mislead others. Written documents by affected individuals bear some linguistic similarities to the speech of individuals with autistic spectrum disorders, often written in a frantic tone and typically eschewing contractions. In early stages, the frustration felt by affected individuals comes primarily in the form of verbal protest and annoyance. However, in advanced stages of the disorder, affected individuals can become physically violent toward those expressing false or misleading views. Individuals suffering from this phenomenon are unable to describe SCP-1082 as an object, referring to it instead only as the item it appears to be. Individuals not treated with amnestic agents within 48 hours begin to display secondary symptoms. These symptoms take the form of an attack of delusional paranoia, convincing affected individuals that a mysterious worldwide conspiracy exists to suppress knowledge of SCP-1082 and preserve what they believe to be a status quo based on deception to the detriment of the human race. Due to current Foundation efforts to contain SCP-1082, affected individuals begin to demonstrate particular resentment toward the Foundation and Foundation personnel. The culmination of this resentment in all cases leads to violent attempts to breach containment for SCP-1082 and expose as many individuals as possible to its effects. Addendum 1082-1. During initial containment of SCP-1082, an agent who had inadvertently exposed himself to its effects was tasked with the composition of the initial draft of this report. While the resulting report was completely unusable for effective documentation of the phenomenon, the document serves as a useful depiction of the phenomenon's effects. Despite attempts to modify the image, individuals reading Document 1082-25 have a % chance of becoming exposed to its effects. Those testing positive for SCP-1082 exposure determined through post-exposure interviews must be administered amnestic agents immediately after viewing the document. The file can be read here. Please keep the altered mental state of the author in mind during reading.